In this video, we're going to talk about the release of a new feature on YouTube that has been promised for years and has just been made available, which is the new Communities tab. I'm going to show you how to activate it, how to use it in the best way, and also the positive and negative points of this feature. In my opinion, it's one of the most important features in recent years, and it's going to completely change the way we use YouTube. Before we start, leave a comment below. Are you already part of any community? On Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, circles? Comment which community you participate in and why you take part in it, what value being part of a community brings to you. I brought in an American expert who has a YouTube channel that talks exclusively about YouTube growth. Since I have 12 channels, 9 of them monetized in Portuguese, Spanish, German, and English, I'm going to share his opinion and also contrast it to balance things out with my own perspective. There are some things I agree with him on and others I disagree with. I see things differently, okay? And remember to share your opinion here as well. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
This new YouTube feature has already been described as cool, amazing, and crazy by all of you. But the most common criticism has been that this feature is simply insane. And I'm inclined to agree. It's called Community, and it promotes itself as a place to start discussions, share art, and connect. In practice, the community tabs on channels are open for anyone to post whatever they want.
So the main difference is this. Today, there's a place where I, the channel owner, make a post and you, my followers, can only do what? Comment. Now, it's possible for you to make your own post and attach an image, create a poll. In other words, you'll be able to do what the channel owner can do. Of course, there are some rules and limitations, which I'll talk about throughout this video. But this is already amazing because it turns YouTube into a kind of social network. Some people already consider it a social network today, but in reality, it's a video repository, right? You watch videos there and there isn't really a community like you have on other social networks, which is what changes now. Let's continue. I'll be sharing more details throughout the video and of course, how to activate it.
This happened with our community tab in just 12 hours. I'll show you how to get it, set it up, how it works, and the 3 biggest points to consider when deciding whether or not to activate it for your channel. Unfortunately, getting it is the hardest part since it's invites only at the moment. So let us know in the comments if you managed to get it for your channel.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to give you an update on it right now. Now you no longer need an invitation. It might be that your community tab still can't be activated yet, but it's just a matter of hours or days. YouTube is already rolling it out to everyone.
Also, communities are only available on mobile. So if you click the email link from your computer, it just takes you to your channel and doesn't do anything. On your phone, you'll see the welcome message to activate it. Let's go. Let's start managing your community.
Just giving you another update. Some people are getting it on their phones and some people are getting it on their computers. In my case, I activated it on the computer for all my channels. And then when I activated it on the computer, it also showed up as available on my phone. So you might get it on your phone and you might also get it or on your computer. Let's continue.
This is the biggest mystery for many creators, and understanding how to deal with it is crucial. How do you control what gets posted on your channel? There are a few simple community settings. The first one lets you enable or disable viewer comments with basic moderation options, similar to regular comments. The second option, in my opinion, is more important. At the time of this recording, to create a post, a user must be subscribed to the channel, and you can set how long they need to be subscribed before they can post either 1 day or 1 week. This is my key point about this community feature. Although anyone can subscribe to a channel, this waiting period acts as a natural barrier to prevent instant and abusive spam from anyone on YouTube.
I agree. On my channels, I set it so that a person has to be subscribed for at least a week. Otherwise, someone could just subscribe, comment whether it's something good or bad, or maybe they just want to post something for their own benefit, let's say. So they go there and post something like their own product, which sometimes doesn't even match my channel's audience. If it fits, I don't see any problem, but sometimes it just doesn't match the product, right? Sometimes it could even be a product that's completely the opposite. I'll give you an example. You have a healthy food channel and someone goes there and posts about some medication or some other product. Or maybe you have a vegan or vegetarian channel and then someone goes and posts something related to animal products, for example, thing that goes against your content. So you can first set it up for a week initially, and then there's actually another really cool setting that's more about moderation.
But how effective this control actually is remains to be seen. As a non-subscriber, you can view community posts, but if you try to post something, you'll see this message. For subscribers who are allowed to post, you can type a post and attach an image, but you can't create polls or quizzes. From the user's perspective, you'll see this new box on the channel page, encouraging you to check out the community.
What's interesting about this? There are a lot of people, not just on my channels, but on most channels who watch the videos. They even comment on the videos, but they don't actually subscribe to the channel. And now, to participate in the community, if you set it so that they need to be subscribed for up to a week, that's pretty interesting, especially because when someone is subscribed, sometimes they get notifications about new videos, they end up engaging more, and you can see the channel growing. I know that nowadays, the number of subscribers doesn't necessarily mean success, right? What really indicates success is more about views and other forms of monetization, which I'll talk about later in this video. But the person is there, they're present, they're participating. So why not subscribe to the channel? I believe it's still a valid metric, even for attracting new companies to form partnerships or to do paid advertisements. The number of subscribers, along with the number of views and the number of comments, I believe is an important metric. So for anyone who wants to be part of the community, I believe they need to be subscribed. Also, because I suspect that in the future, YouTube will somehow introduce a paid community feature, maybe to combine it with the join option, right? The channel membership club. I believe the paid community is related to the channel membership club. I think there will be this integration at some point, which is another feature to offer, another benefit to provide for your channel members. In fact, if you want to become a member of this channel and get early access to videos, have your comments answered more quickly and with priority, and also support the channel, you can join by clicking on join here. Become a member of this channel, which posts 3 to 4 videos a day.
Posts can be sorted by most voted and newest, which can overshadow the creator's posts. So there's this option to show only the creator's posts, which is useful. Now, in terms of discovery, it seems that things work differently than usual in the community tab. Here is a discovery of one of our posts. Likes and comments are in the hundreds, but for subscribers posting in the community tab, engagement is much lower. I can think of at least 3 good reasons for this. Generally, YouTube users know Vidig, but they don't know who these people posting on our community page are, so they're less likely to interact. The posts on our community page haven't been valuable to our typical. And finally, I think this is the most likely reason, but I can't confirm. While a channel's community posts appear in users' home feeds, I don't think viewers' posts go beyond the community page. So less discoverability, and I think that's the second key. Using a channel's community page to promote your own channel and content is unlikely to work. And that's probably a good thing, right? Otherwise, these community pages would become a hub for spam. But as you saw at the beginning of this video, that's already happened, partly thanks to the sheer volume of posts. Over the first weekend, after we enabled this feature, we had hundreds of community posts. And
I believe he's gonna mention it. but there is a feature where you can simply set it up to moderate all of them. So when someone makes a post, you'll see all of them and you can approve them. Or YouTube can use its moderation algorithm, just like it does with comments, where if it detects something potentially harmful, maybe a word, a phrase, anything that could be damaging, then YouTube itself automatically holds it back. In my case, at first, I set it to hold everything just so I could understand how it works and control the quality. And then later, depending on the situation, I can allow some to go through automatically just to run a few tests. All right? Comment below if you're going to set it to hold everything so you can review and approve each one, or if you leave it completely open, or if you let YouTube itself hold back any potentially harmful posts.
It's impossible to keep up with all of them. From a moderation standpoint, we haven't seen anything in the community posts that we needed to remove, but admittedly, we just don't have the time to monitor everything that comes in. From what we can tell, the posts range from people sharing videos and channel reviews, self-promotion of content, people asking for advice about channels, videos, thumbnails, that sort of thing, and finally, success stories and motivation from creators themselves.
If you want, comment below. I can make a specific video on how you can use this community tab to monetize. In fact, these are the strategies I'm going to use myself. But what I can say right now, for example, just to give you a tip, is that when you become a member of this channel, I already offer the benefit of getting your comments on videos answered as a priority. All right. Now, what I can do as an extra is to also prioritize answering comments and posts in the community tab. So if you make a post in the community tab and you're a channel member, I'll respond to you with higher priority, more quickly, and maybe even in a more in-depth way, giving you some guidance for your growth. So I'm making this promise. If you're a member of this channel and you make a post in the community tab, I will answer you as a priority. All right? A deal? Continuing.
This is what we would call the YouTube education standard. But here's an interesting question. Can we measure all this engagement that comes to the channel? The answer is yes. In the YouTube Studio, on desktop, go to Community and click on the Viewer Posts section. This page highlights the low engagement that many posts receive and the total number of posts, which at the time of recording is over 250 in just 3 days. Think about that for a second. Normally, on the VidQ channel, we post 1 or 2 community posts per day. Now, we have 70 to 80 community posts per day from our viewers and subscribers. That's a big change. This doesn't include all the community posts that YouTube automatically moderated. There are another 200 in that pile, and I'll never be able to get through them all.
So, I mean, YouTube, it added the feature where YouTube itself holds potentially harmful comments or posts, right? So it left it in this feature.
There are also analytics for community posts, but I wouldn't trust them because I suspect something is wrong. When we enabled the feature, impressions dropped and likes collapsed, which doesn't match the number of likes we receive for some community posts on the same day. On the desktop version of YouTube, it's clear that subscriber posts don't show up. Only channel creator posts are displayed here, which limits the visibility of subscribers. That's the third point about this feature. Basically, it's a mobile-only experience. This is good for preventing automated spam, but it makes large-scale management a nightmare for creators. I always reply to comments and manage our community on the computer. This feature makes that almost impossible unless I'm missing something.
But of course, YouTube will update it and very soon you'll be able to manage it on the computer. I agree with his opinion. It's much easier to view things on your phone, but to manage them on the computer.
I accept that this is a new feature and it may change in the future. In summary, this is YouTube's new community feature But here's the question. Should you enable it for your channel if you have access? Let's start with an obvious point. If you enable this feature, it's unlikely to affect the number of views or subscribers your channel gets. Think of it like a cafeteria at your workplace. It's a place to relax, talk about a shared culture, make new connections and friends. The big question is whether your audience is ready to nurture and build this community instead of abusing or sabotaging it. In our community, there are opportunists who want something without giving anything in return. But there are also others who are intrigued by the feature, wanting to discover similar creators, share experiences, and help each other, creating an environment of cooperation and mutual growth. It's really cool when we see that happening. I think we can all agree on that. However, while there is a certain novelty value, it can actually be overwhelming for creators and the entire community involved. I can barely keep up with 10% of what happens in this new space, but as a new space on YouTube, you've noticed it and want to learn more about it. And so do we.
Well, like any new feature, in my opinion, it needs to be studied, it needs to be tested, but I believe it's a very important step for YouTube, one that will completely change the way we use it, because usually we would make a video and have deeper discussions on other social networks like WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram. And now we can continue that conversation from the video in a way with higher quality within the communities, and also be able to explore other ways of monetization. If you want to learn about other ways to monetize on YouTube, I'll leave this video here for you, and also comment below if you want me to make a new video about communities, showing how you can use this feature to monetize, okay? I'll leave this video here for you all. See you soon!